In this box, guys, is my latest purchase from GearUP. It's a supposedly mint condition Samsung phone, and I didn't get a S22 or even an S21. What I got is a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. So yes, I know I'm a little late to the game by like a whole year, but part of the logic is since the new one is just around the corner, I thought it'd be a good time to use the Flip 3 and see if it'll hold up against the Flip 4 when it launches in a few months. I think it's August. So this is an unboxing. Thank you, Chris, for selling this to me for a great price. We're gonna open this up. I'll move the camera in closer so you can have a close-up look at the phone itself. Then we'll power it on and get my first impressions on it. So are you ready? Let's do it. All right, let's get this out of the box and see what's inside. No. So this phone, if I remember correctly, was launched August, was it 11th or something? Official date, who bloody cares about that kind of numbers? But yeah, that's how old it is. And let's see if this thing is actually in its original box. It would be nice if it had original boxes, but some of them, you know, they just don't. So I know it won't be coming with a charger or anything like that. That's trash. Ooh, it does come with this box. Yes. Well packaged too. Oh my goodness, this is nice. A little bit too well packaged, but that never hurts anybody, right? Let's get this open. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna cut to the part where I actually get this out. Well, I also know that this comes with a Samsung case as well, so that's good. But I think I might change it out because I'm not a fan of these kind of, you know, this. It looks kind of frou-frou, but anyways. So here's the box. Let me move the packaging out of the way. All these things are trash. Go straight to the recycling bin. So this is the Z Flip 3 5G. I know there was a whole hoo-ha about the letter Z in the packaging and that Samsung had to get rid of it because of the Ukrainian war, you know, with the letter Z. So yeah, ooh, even the tape is back on. Look at that. Nice job, Chris. Oh yes. Anyways, let's unbox this thing. This doesn't come with a charger if I remember correctly. So there's the phone. And I got the cream colored one. Oh yes, look at this puppy. Oh yes, hoochie mama. Mint condition, no scratches as far as I can tell. So I think I'm pairing this. So if you want to compare this with my video that I made of how to buy a used phone or why you should get a used phone or something like that, and GearUP is one of those places, here is proof. When someone says it's mint, there's that vetting process that GearUP goes through, and there's that level of protection there. That's great. No scratches whatsoever, because this has been in the case for the longest time or since he bought it, so that's great. You know, there's all the manuals and all that. No charging cable, no big deal, because we have tons of cables here. But this is the cool part, guys. Oh yes, check that out. So this thing, when it's folded, it's, let me pull this closer so you can see it. It's 86.4 millimeters tall. And then when you have it open, it's a 6.7 inch AMOLED display. And this thing has 1200 nits. That's pretty bright. And it's 2640 by 1080p with a variable refresh rate, 120 hertz, all the way down to 60. Yeah, what else? Oh yes, at the front here we have the 1.9 inch Super AMOLED cover display. I apologize if there's a lot of traffic noise coming into the recording because it's raining hard today and the traffic is driving much slower and big trucks with big tires are just coming through a lot. So I apologize ahead of time. But anyways, this phone, back to this thing, it's so light, it's well distributed, 183 grams for crying out loud. The Pixel 6 right here is around 205, 207 grams, if I remember correctly. Gorilla Glass Victus, technically it's 7, but it's called Victus now, front and back, really nice stuff. Man, I really love how this folds, I'll tell you what. And the action is nice, and see, it stays in place, however, whatever angle you like it. IPX8 water resistance, that's a first for any kind of folding phone. Even the previous gen or the Motorola Razr 2020 does not have any kind of protection like this. Man, I'm gonna power this on while I keep talking. So here's the power button, the volume rocker, and the fingerprint sensor is also part of the power button right there. Let me hold this down and try to power it on some more. And then all these bands you see are all antennas. There's no micro SD card slot if I'm not mistaken, and here's the SIM card slot. It's not dual SIM, but it does support eSIM as well. At the bottom here is the USB-C charging port, one of the speakers here. It works together with the top speaker for stereo, and supposedly is tuned by AKG, and it's also capable, the speakers are capable of 32-bit 384 Hertz. Yeah, right. I think it's more of an external DAC, internal DAC porting sound out, but I don't think it's the speakers, obviously. And there's the screen. This thing is nice and bright. There's, of course, look at this. Can you see the crease? Yeah, there you go. Just to give you an impression, I'm not hugely affected by it. A lot of people are like, oh, it's right there. When you run your finger over it, there is a slight dimple, but that's about it. For a folding phone, I'm totally fine with it. It's always on display on, so if you're supposed to double tap it, there you go, there's the time. That's pretty cool. So running the internals is a Snapdragon 555 or 888. And then here is, this thing, have I mentioned, is a 1.9-inch Super AMOLED screen. And then the camera system, it's not bad either. It's like a 12 megapixel OIS powered main cam and also a 12 megapixel ultra wide. And the inside right here is a 10 megapixel, and both of these can do 4K 30 frames per second, but the outside main camera can do up to 60 frames per second. What else? Battery is, this is the one that needs more testing, but you've probably seen this everywhere. Battery life on this is probably one of the worst, like battery anxiety. Yeah, it's gonna be out there. It's only 3,300 milliamp hours, so it's really small, and there's only 15-watt charging. That's wired, and if you do wireless, which this thing has, pretty cool, it's only 10 watts. Let's see what else. NFC is also on board, reverse wireless charging, but with such a small battery, I wouldn't want to share this with like my earbuds or something. If you have to, I guess it's there and an option is there. One thing I really like about this phone too is Samsung offers tons and tons of color options, which is really awesome. Now this is something I've always wanted to do, so here goes. Beam me up, Scotty. How cool is that? Only that's cool, but it is dangerous. This thing is so slippery. I think if I had a case, I would be more confident in doing that every single time or out in the open. But yeah, that's so cool, isn't it? A lot of people have commented, how is this more practical than a regular phone? Because, you know, you have a phone flat in your pocket, just like this. You take it out, it's ready to use. In this case, you have to do an extra step. You take it out of your pocket and you have to, it's basically a two-handed product. You have to take it out and then do that. But I think it's so cool. I think it's really for, you know, fashion, for design, and if you just like to be different, it's like no other phone out there. It's really nice, and you can fold it down to a compact space like this, like a mascara case. It's really nice. But anyways, one thing I've noticed too, that the hinge itself is really nice and smooth. And of course, you've probably seen this. You can angle this at pretty much any angle, and it will stay put. It will stay put, and you can use this, like they call this flex mode. You can use this as a tripod for a camera. You can lay this on the table like so and then film yourself, which is really nice. Or you can take down low selfies, like hip level shots like this. You can fold the phone and shoot videos like this or photographs, which is nice and awesome. And this phone, I think, will satisfy your nostalgia for, if you have one, for using a phone that's curved when you talk on the phone like this, like hello. I hope, and I wonder if the sound travels better like this or that. I'm gonna test this versus talking to the phone on this, whether there's any kind of, you know, bounce back of voices and how good it is. I don't know, it's just my first impressions. I'm gonna figure that out. What I would really want to test is also the camera. That's a big deal for a lot of people. It's a really weak package specs wise, but from what I've seen, the output is pretty darn impressive because you have Samsung's UI and AI working in the background. So, and you got the Snapdragon 888 doing a lot of the grunt work. It should work pretty well. One thing I'm going to test too is the fingerprints. This form factor, guys, is either you love it or you hate it, but I'll tell you what, it's really darn cool. You can see a little bit of a gap there. Is this how it's folded? I really like it. I think I'll be keeping this long term, I'll tell you what. Oh my goodness. One thing I really hope is the reliability of the screen, the hinge itself. And I heard people's screen cover or this protector right here delaminating from itself. So we'll see what happens there. One thing I also noticed too is the screen protector that's on the screen itself that Samsung says do not ever take off. I've seen people take it off, but the one that they have on here is not very, it's skewed to the left a little bit, just a little bit. When you compare it to the pinhole camera, it's a little bit skewed to the left. They didn't apply this right. So whoever QC'd this, yeah, thumbs down. I'm gonna have to play with this a lot more. I'm really excited. If there's anything you want me to test on this, like I've already mentioned camera, what is it, speaker quality, we're gonna test that as well. Water submersion, maybe. And then the UI, I want to see how this runs on Android 12, and there's, I think, an update that just came out in June that adds a couple of things for the flip phones and the fold phones as well, that adds widgets and all those kind of additional features. So I'm excited to test that out. Yeah, seriously guys, if you have anything you want to see, comment down below and I'll be glad to test it out. So yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all for being here. This is one of the shorter unboxings. I'm not sure how to do, you know, phones anyways, but I just wanted to demo and show you how, for those of you who've never seen this up close or even knew this existed, this is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. The fourth one is coming out in August. Supposedly it's gonna have less of a crease than before, but hardware-wise, the camera is probably gonna be the same, and the hardware, maybe they're going with Gen 1, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, but it's gonna be just a very incremental increase. Even the battery has gone up by maybe, like, right now it's 3,300 milliamp hours. They're saying like maybe 36 milliamp hours, so it's not by much. So in terms of battery life, this thing is known to go for just barely a day, and I'll see how that works. Based on my usage, I hope I get there. But I guess that's the little trade-off for having something designer-ish like this and cool, and also, you know, early in the stages of this kind of technology. It's kind of strange to say that we've had flip phones forever, but now that we've had a modern smartphone in a flip factor, we're back to battery anxiety again, like barely a day. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate y'all for being here. Remember to subscribe to this channel, thumbs up if you like this video, visit my Patreon page too, and remember to comment nicely down below. And also remember to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, because guess what? The world needs it more than ever, and it starts with you. I love y'all very much, and again, thank you for watching this unboxing. Look out for the full review coming up soon. Peace out.